for having me.
Yeah, get comfortable.
Yep. Thanks.
Um, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Friends with Andy Besser,
Yep.
and I didn't know that you guys kind of knew each other, ancillary, whatever. But it's funny. He said, "Hey, you should have Erin on the podcast,"
Yeah, that was nice of him.
and I
Yeah.
said, "Really? Okay, sure." And then he told me that I think his I think his patient is your husband.
Yeah, Todd. Yeah,
Yeah.
works with him and his leg and
Okay.
well, mostly his leg, but
His
yeah.
leg, yeah.
Yeah.
And so he told me the story the other day we were running, and he said that Todd was there, and I guess you had called him and said, "Hey, I just heard your name on this
Yeah. I was
podcast."
this like I heard his name on like two of them, I think. Like
Yeah,
John D starts with a
the
D.
donker,
Yep, and then another guy and I'm
John
like, you're
Byrne, maybe.
famous. Yeah, John Byrne. I'm
Yeah,
like, you're famous out there.
he is. He won't come on. He said, "Why? Why would anyone want to
Oh,
listen?"
I
And
would love to hear him.
I know. And so
Good.
so I think he's gonna do it.
Good.
We'll see. But I said, okay, fantastic. And then what really got my attention was like I know you in the running community.
Sure.
Like I've been at millions of races that you've been at. And then he had mentioned the other stuff, and I was like, oh man, that's really cool. Like the Iditarod
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm
So the
involved
way
in that.
we can go through this is maybe just tell me, start off by like where you grew up,
Yep.
what you did as a kid growing up, where you did, then how did you get into running? And then now I looked it up this morning, and I think you've got 5 Mines of Spain.
Yeah, 5 Mines of
Are they
Spain's
gonna name the
finishes.
race after you
No, no,
soon?
there's people that got more. I've done all seven and I've DNF twice.
Right?
Finished five. I'll be back again this year.
I know, it's unbelievable. And then you've done Hennepin.
Hennepin, Crimea River, Pot 150.
And then the other part I remember hearing your name was when we were in Leadville.
Yeah.
And you can talk about that. So
Yeah, I'll get
we'll
there. Yeah,
lead
yeah.
up to that, and then we'll talk about the
Sure.
Iditarod stuff, and then what you do currently
Yeah.
and stuff. So,
So I'm from Camanche.
okay.
I currently teach there. I taught social studies seventh and eighth grade for like 18 years, and now I'm an instructional coach. So if you don't know what that is, I work with teachers.
Uh-huh.
I coach cross country, track, basketball.
Oh, wow.
I played volleyball, basketball, tennis, softball, and then my senior year, I decided to go out for cross country. I'd never heard of it, and decided to just go out because I just wanted to stay in shape for basketball. I was terrible at running. I was like came in last, but it was fun. I went to college at Mount St. Clair, gone now, but I played basketball and tennis there. And I got into running because when I was done playing basketball in college, I like constantly was always doing something. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I guess I'll just run now. And did some 5Ks, things like that. And eventually got into Ironmans. You know, Sarah Anderson,
I heard the
Meg
name,
Shevler.
I think.
Okay, Meg Shetler was my basketball coach at the Mount, and
Okay.
her wife Sarah was into Ironmans, and I kind of followed her. I'm like, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'll try that. Got into that, and then just kind of was intrigued by the 100-mile distance, and now that's what I do, I guess.
It's funny you said in the beginning that you weren't really into running, because that, to me, if I look back at everybody that I talked to about running, it wasn't like they were all American runners in college and they decided to go and run 100 milers. It was like I never ran.
Yeah,
I went from like 0 to 100. I don't know if you listened to the Evan Kilstrom one, but oh man,
yeah,
and that like just blew me away. And I mean, never ran. I was the same way. I didn't run other than running for football
yep,
or basketball, baseball, and then just decided in like 1998, I was like, man, I got to start doing something.
yeah.
That's crazy. So, how many Ironmans have you done?
I did three fulls, two in Madison, one in Louisville, and I think three halves.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
they're fun.
Yeah.
I might do one next year. I decided I'm thinking about going. I miss it. It's a little more expensive just
Yeah.
because you got everything, but I don't know. I want to try. I might go back. We'll see.
Plus the time I
Yeah,
talked to Michelle Journey, the race director for the Bix, and she did an Ironman. And I mean, the amount of training for the, first of all, the swimming,
yeah.
the biking, the running. I
You're
mean,
training for three
it's,
things, so
yeah,
it is a lot tougher. But I feel like it made me a stronger runner because you got the bike
cross
going
training.
and all the cross training, and I didn't run as much, but I felt stronger of a runner.
Yeah. A couple of buddies back home in Boston that are like elite level triathletes. And I think if you were going to say, well, how do I get better at one of the disciplines, or what do I have the most time available to train for? and I think all of them agreed that you're on the bike the longest.
Yeah.
So if you can get your bike miles per hour up,
Yep.
I mean, the swim 2.5 miles or 2.4 miles. I mean, I just can't even imagine swimming that long. But I mean, how much time are you going to make up if you're just like a recreational swimmer?
Yeah, they say you can't really win it in the swim. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Like, I mean, you just go swim. I feel like I can do all three of them forever. I'm not really strong at any of them, but like you said, the bike, I didn't train, like, do intervals. I kind of want to get better at that and see if I can.
Yeah, I've done a few sprints and way back, and I just remember someone telling me do the bike run transitions in your training.
Yeah,
Because I just remember coming off the bike and being like, my legs are cement.
right. Yes.
And that was only swimming in a sprint,
Yeah, I know
like 500 yards.
when I get off the bike in an Ironman, I'm like, it's a great setup. I mean, they come get it from your bike from you, and I'm like, just I don't even want to touch it again. Just get it. You're out there for. With me, I'm on the bike for like 7 hours.
Oh my God, that's crazy. All right, so what was your first Ironman?
Madison.
Madison, yeah.
Yep, it's a tough bike course, but really fun run course. You run through. It's like a two looped course, but you get to go out on the University of Wisconsin football field and run
Oh
a
wow.
loop around there. That's
Oh
pretty neat.
wow. That is cool. We were just up there a couple weeks ago for Morgan Wallen. He played at the stadium there, Camp Randall.
Hmm.
And I had been there a couple other times and millions of bikes.
Yeah, it's a big
And
bike
that
community.
lake or whatever that is, I don't
Yeah,
know the name of the lake, but
I think it starts with
is
an
that where you
M.
swim?
Yeah, it is. The first time I did it, it was a mass start, which was really cool. Kicking in the face and all the things. But they stopped that a while back, and it's in waves,
Yeah.
so it's a little different.
Speaking of triathlons, I don't know if you saw that the DeWitt got canceled.
Yeah, that was kind of bummed. I had a
It,
friend that was supposed to do it.
yeah, I know Kevin Lake is the race director for that, and that reminded me of the wave start. So like, first one I ever did was Quad Cities, which was the run in the water
Yeah,
and get killed, and then that one was the best one I ever did because you started in the water, so
yeah,
you're just in the water, and then they say go, and
yeah.
that
Like,
felt way more relaxed and comfortable because I feel like swimming is more about relaxing
yeah,
than anything.
yeah. That's how that mass start in Wisconsin was. You were kind of just treading water, and then they go. But like, hundreds of people, and I don't know how many times I'd get kicked in the face.
Yeah. I sent it to Michelle the other day. I saw on Instagram. It was the funniest thing. It was a guy training for the swim and all the stuff that they were doing to him, like
Okay.
smashing him with paddles and stuff. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It was pretty funny. So you go and you do your first Ironman. That must have been pretty cool to
Yeah,
finish.
it was. It took me about 15 hours, but it was it was great. I
Yeah.
loved it. At that time, that was the hardest thing I'd ever done. No.
What's the hardest now?
It was between Pot 150 and Crimea River 100.
I didn't know that either. So Andy told me that you did the 150, and I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
how long was that?
that took me 60 hours. I
Jeez.
would do it differently if I did it again, but that I don't know if you know that Potawatomi
I know
course.
I know it's 10-mile
Oh,
loops, and that must be insanity.
it is. It's crazy. It's like 9 to 10,000 feet elevation gain per loop. There's a
Holy.
hill that you have to climb with a rope,
I remember
and
heard
there's
about
some creek
yeah.
crossings, and it's miserable.
So 60 hours.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw your 100 times, and just going from 100 to 150 is
sleep.
exponential. Oh, so you
Yeah,
did okay, you get
I
to
need, and I didn't do it. I did it weird. Like ever so often, I'd sleep for an hour, but I can't operate on that. I mean, there was a loop where I was pretty much sleeping the whole loop.
yeah.
My friends were kind of hanging on to me, and I don't operate very well on no sleep, so it was hard going through those
Oh yeah,
2.5 nights.
I bet.
Actually, I think it was 3 nights.
Wow. And don't so they have 100 and 150. There's no 200 there, or is
There
there?
is a
There is a
200
200,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. And well, it was 72 hours, which is extremely aggressive for a 200 mile. You have to be moving pretty good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. They just did the Moab 250 or
Yeah.
whatever, and I can't remember what the times were, but 70 something maybe.
Yeah. I don't know if you know James Solomon.
No.
He's a fast little bugger. He did the 150 the same year I did it, and he finished in like 36 hours. And I'm sitting here doing it. Like it took me, I mean, he's fast, super fast, and I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine
Yeah, but
being able to
I
do
think
that.
you know better than me, but I think was your fastest 100 like
20,
20
27
27 hours
something.
or something?
Yeah, that would have been Hennepin. And that year I did an Ironman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So you're
I
in
did the
good shape.
Ironman Madison in September, and a month later I did Hennepin.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've attempted the Hennepin 50, and we don't have to go into that, but our just what one thing I know about Hennepin, why I would never do it ever again, is it's too flat.
Yes,
For me,
I didn't.
I like a
Me
little
too.
bit of elevation gain because you get that change of pace, but just running
Yeah,
flat against like that little stream, river, whatever it is, and I
yeah.
was like, this is so boring.
That was me too. And I was like, I said to my pacer once, I'm like, are we gonna turn ever? Like, it's
Yeah,
just straight. I mean, it's a great race, but it's just, yeah, I don't
I
think
mean,
I
I
would
didn't.
do it again. I volunteer there every year and I'll pace some people, but like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, nothing against the race. It's a
Yeah.
great race. It's a great
It's
run
just, it's
race.
hard because
It's
it's so
harder for
flat.
me to
Yeah.
run just flat.
Yeah, I
I would
agree.
rather climb hills and go down hills
Yes.
and get that change because it's just that constant. Okay, it's like running on a treadmill,
Yeah.
which
Yep. I agree.
um so from the time you did the Ironman, I think was it 2016 was your first 100
I think so.
or
Yeah.
attempt
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
was
Yep. That would have been Hennepin
2016?
2016, I think.
Okay, and then when did you decide or start training for you wanted to do Leadville?
The next year, I got into Leadville the next year, um, and timed out at Hopeless, and I wanted to do it again. So I might have waited, but I got David Clark. You know, David. I got him as a coach, and I must not have been signed up because he passed away in 2020, so I didn't get to do it. But then, do you know Bill Stahl?
I know who he
So
is.
Bill
He,
is his David's
yeah,
real good buddy
yeah,
who
yeah,
took
yeah.
over kind of his
Yep.
program, and I used Bill, and then tried it again. So I must have tried it 3 times. I made it to Winfield with like 5 minutes to spare. And of course, I just wanted to sit for a second, and my crew was like, nope, see it, because you could still
Yeah,
have crew then at
yep.
Winfield. So they pushed me out, and I didn't make it back to Twin Lakes. And I had a feeling I wasn't going to make it, but I'm like, oh, I can't quit. So I tried it, and I tried it one more year and timed out. It's hard to train here for that. I mean, you can
Yeah.
do so many hill repeats, but
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, we don't have a 3 mile hill here.
Yeah. No. That so I think what interests me a lot, and I've asked like Kurt Johnston, so he didn't make it in 16, and then I'm like, just the mental toughness that it takes to go back,
Yeah.
knowing what
Hmm.
you're going to experience. And you've had 100 under your belt, and you're like, okay, I know I can run the miles,
Yeah.
but the time cutoffs there, the altitude, the climbing, the elevation, it's all of that combined. Everything has to go and click.
Yeah. And I would recommend people. I did the camp one year.
Okay.
And so we just went to the top of Hope Pass and came back. And I love to run downhill. And I just flew downhill. And then one year we climbed up and over and just to the bottom. We didn't go all the way to Winfield.
Right.
You got to go into Winfield because that is a long
Like
section.
almost a mile and a half
Yeah,
ish.
I just assumed, oh, it must just be right over there.
Yeah,
And
no.
then I kept going and kept going. I'm like, when are we going to get there?
Right.
Yeah, it's just never ending. So I think for sure someone that if you're just going out there to do some training, you need to get over and know how far it is into Winfield.
Well, let me ask you this because I ask everybody this too. Do you think, because you've done it or attempted 3 times, do you think it's better to know what you're going to go through or not know?
Hmm. I think no. I would say no now because I assumed Winfield was just
Right over the
right over there.
bottom
Like
of
I'm
it.
like,
Yeah.
oh, someone you're up and over, and I would want to know that because when I got to the bottom, I looked at my watch. And I'm like, yes, I'm gonna have plenty of time. And then I only had 5 to 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, I really didn't have as much as I also sat too long. I sat down at the hopeless aid station for a little bit because I thought, oh, that's not very far,
Yeah.
but it was a lot farther than I
Yeah.
thought.
From hopeless to the top.
That's a lot far. Yeah,
Yeah.
just it's far.
Yeah. And it's switchbacks and like
Yeah.
there's nothing
And
up
that
there.
backside climbing up is
Oh
so
man.
tough.
Yeah.
It's just so tough.
Yeah.
And
I
people
know.
are in the way. All the people coming up are just in the way. And
Yeah. It's a tough one. So knowing is better. I mean, I would
yeah,
say that it would probably help you for your training,
yeah,
right? Knowing, okay, hey, like you just said, got to probably try to do way more climbing somewhere. I know, and this is just advice I got from like a lot of people that have done it, is the one game changer. And David Clark kind of helped us along the way in like 2015. He was friends with Pat Miletich, and Pat introduced me to David, and he said that the treadmill incline, hike,
Yeah, I did that.
and I did that faithfully for 3 to 4 hours.
Hmm.
Like every 2 or 3 weeks, I'd get on that, and I had one of those air
Oh,
restrictor.
it's helpful.
That,
Did that help?
oh my God. I think that's the only way I was able to breathe when I got back up. And then where it really helped was coming back through power line.
Hmm.
So going up power line at mile, whatever that is, 70 to 80,
Hmm.
something like that, I couldn't breathe in my mouth because it hurt so bad. So
Yeah.
like breathing in through my nose,
Okay.
and it helped like get my lungs like stronger to suck in the air. But that was one workout for sure that he said, look, and then to do a like a little the test was put it at 15, do a warm up, and then see how far you can go in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'll try it, but
That's hard.
it is hard.
It's really hard.
It's ridiculously hard.
Yeah.
The other thing that I heard was that here it's flat.
Hmm.
There are a lot of hills. Mine's in
Yeah.
Spain. I mean,
Sure.
Dubuque, there's hills. There's hills here. There's hills in the trails around here. You can find them, but not 3 hour
Yeah.
hikes, right? But the weather here with the humidity in the summertime is what he said was the only kind of way you can mimic altitude was
Yes.
the humidity and the heat.
I've heard that a lot as
Yeah,
well.
because I mean, it raises your heart rate
Yeah.
instantly, and that's a huge killer for me is the heat. I hate it.
I'm not good at heat.
I
Yeah,
hate
I'm
it.
not good at it at all. It's also, without the mountain, it's a runnable course,
Oh yeah.
but it was hard to run because it's, at altitude. I'm like, man, I should be running here, and I struggled running and that, hurt my time.
Did you have a big crew or was it
A couple
a
people.
couple
Yeah.
people? Yeah. I know it's like to the point now when I just heard from like with Evan and with him just coming back and doing it last year and John Byrne and Dodonker that it's almost like you have to self-support.
Yeah, because you
You
can't
can't
have
have
crew anywhere really but
yeah.
a couple places.
And now he told me I think the Donker said there's a lottery for Twin Lakes.
Yeah, I
And
think
that's
that's
like
strange as well. My
that's
buddy did it. Do you know Travis Swanson?
no, but I know Evan
He
had
he
mentioned him.
finished he
Yeah.
finished last year, and yeah, you have to have a lottery to get into Twin Lakes. You can't see your crew
And
at
the
Mayfield
first
field
right.
anymore, so not for 20 miles.
I don't I mean I
And you don't get them at like I would imagine the finisher rate has gone way down since you can't even have them at Winfield.
I would assume so because that to me was like the savior. It was
You
like
got
once
somebody.
it got to see somebody
Hmm.
too, right? Like not
Yeah.
just the people that are there supporting, which they're amazing people there, incredible people, but having your crew there get you all set up. But it's self-supported. I feel like
Yeah, and
it's
you got to
almost
go
that
back
way.
up that mountain alone.
And I can remember hearing when we first did it that the reason they had pacers was for safety.
Well, that's what I
You
would
know,
think too. Yeah.
like you could seriously mess yourself up there.
Yeah.
It's dark,
Hmm.
you're by yourself, it's rocks, and I mean you go through this period of losing your
Yeah,
mind.
and that's when you need your
You don't
people.
drink, you don't eat. So I
Yeah.
feel like that's kind of a
Yeah.
miss on their part, but
Yeah.
whatever. So any interest in maybe trying to do it again?
I don't think so. No, I'd have to get in like really dialed in on training and stuff. And I think you need to go there a couple weeks ahead of time or something. But
Yeah. I think
I
we've
don't know. It's it just sucks when you put all the time in the training in and then you're like don't make it.
yeah. Yeah. I have so many DNFs and DNS.
Yeah,
For whatever reason, right? Because
right.
life happens, who knows what. But yeah, I mean, I did not start Hennepin 50, I think, twice, and then I DNF'd it. But I'll ask you, I mean, I learned way more from my DNFs.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of DNFs and haven't finished a big race in over a year now and I think I am growing more from the DNFs and I mean, it's just like I think everybody needs to fail. I think everyone needs to get their ass whooped in a sports
Yeah.
and because that's how you're going to get better and I think I've learned a lot from them and I mean, I'm tired of DNF.
Yeah. it gives you something to shoot for though, right? I
Yeah,
mean, if hey, you know what, I can tweak my training, but I know that I feel like a lot of people have or make the mistake of not pushing themselves to failure in the training
yeah,
to get past that, right? Like I know I've trained with a lot of people and you could see it if they quit in a training run, you're literally just planting seeds in your head of it's okay to quit
right.
when it comes time to run the race. And I'm not saying it happens to everybody, but if you get through those little failures in your training and just tweaking little things about it, like, oh, I don't feel like running 20 today, I'll run 15.
Yeah,
Well, no, I can remember when we trained for it, I was like, this sucks, but I got to do the workout that's planned here,
right.
or my chances of success go down.
Yeah, you just got to look back at those while you're out in that race and remember
How you
how
felt?
you felt and how you can get
Yeah.
through it.
I have another friend I went to college with. His name's Ken Rideout. I don't know if you know Ken.
Mm-mm.
So Ken is a marathon runner now. He's done tries. He's done the world championships. He's done like a 9 hour Ironman. I mean, he's insane. He's run the fastest world majors over 50. And the first time he qualified for Ironman World, he went out there and he quit in the run.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
Have
he
you
said,
ever DNF before?
I don't think so. And he said that that was what fueled him to get better at something, right? So like he was doing the tries and then he just decided to focus on running and then he became the world's fastest 50-year-old guy. It's
Jeez.
crazy, but that feeling of DNF. But then I also have like DNFs that I was like happy with. Like
Hmm.
I remember I've done the Chicago Marathon 9 times, but DNF'd once. But I was like at mile 13 and a half, I was like, it's just whatever, it's not my day. I
Hmm.
don't feel like running anymore. So I
Yeah,
just like quit, walked to the back to the start, met my family. I'm like, I'm
that's
fine with
okay.
that.
Yeah, sometimes, and if it's not fun too, like if you're not
Yeah.
having fun,
Well, when is it fun?
that's true. It's not fun. There's I in the 100 mile, you go through every emotion, I
Oh
think,
yeah.
multiple times. Yeah, I mean, within like 5 minute span too.
Yes. That was what Byrne taught me. John Byrne, Professor Byrne. He said, look, there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. You just got to wait 5 minutes
And it'll be
and
better. Yeah.
sometimes wait 30 seconds.
Yep.
I just remember my stomach hurting one time and it's just like walk, but figure it out.
Yeah. Food usually does it. Food or throwing up.
That's what I remember hearing a stat about like most people that don't finish Leadville, it's either GI issues or time,
Yeah.
other than that, or hurt, right? You get
Hmm.
hurt. And then I remember hearing this like the finishing rate average age was like 40 something years old
I can see that.
because of the
Yeah.
experience,
Yeah.
like these younger runners probably go out there and think they're gonna run 7 minute miles and
Yeah.
they quickly find out,
It's a lot harder than they
oh
think, I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
So let me ask you about mines, because that one, I mean, how old is that one now? So is Josh always been the race
Yep.
director?
So this will be the 8th year.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's fantastic. Josh is great.
Isn't he?
Yeah. You should have him on.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna reach out to him. I saw him, he was on a podcast. I forget whose it was, but it was remote.
Hmm.
And I don't know, maybe he was having a bad day, but I was like, I didn't feel like he wanted to be
Oh,
on it. So that's why I was like, well, I mean, I would love to have him
yeah.
on. I think he's done amazing stuff for this community around here,
Hmm.
the trail running community.
And
But as a race director,
he
he's
keeps the
awesome.
prices down. He gives the money to, like, a portion of the money to the mines trail running or the trail fund
Yeah,
people. And the aid stations are great. It's just great
yeah,
overall.
yeah. You can't knock his let's call it the finish,
Oh,
the food.
yes.
The Scott County one to me,
Oh, yeah. That's
I
really
love
good.
that one. I
Yeah.
remember, so that's where I saw you, I
Hmm.
think last on the trail was I got lost for 4 miles,
Oh, a
okay,
lot of people got lost
on
at
the
that race.
50K part,
Yeah.
right? And I just remember being like, how come I've seen this spot 3 times now and I should be getting somewhere. So what happened is I get to the end and I had 28 miles on my second lap.
Okay. Oh, on your second lap.
Yeah. So I said, "Hey, Josh, I got lost." And he's like, "Well, just go run the rest of the race down, like go down the street and come back." I was like, "Come on, I'm not gonna do that, but I'm not gonna run 10
Right.
more."
Yeah. No. No.
It was hot that day. I was like
Yeah.
so mad, so mad. But that his like after party thing is great
He
with
has
the
a good after
food.
party.
Yeah,
Yep, very
I
good.
love it. And they're
And
always cheering people on.
I finished dead last in that race twice at mines with 4 minutes to spare both times. And you know, nothing is torn down.
It's all
When I'm
still
getting to the aid stations, it's full aid station still. You get to the finish line, and you would, I mean, a lot of people there, and you know, he keeps
yeah.
it going for you. So I mean, that's nice as well.
Oh yeah. No, that's awesome. I
Yeah,
mean, what's the cutoff? 30?
33.
33.
Yeah, yeah,
Really?
it's a nice one. Nice, good cutoff.
Huh.
Yep.
How do you do it with, is it 20-mile loops?
Yeah, it's tough.
I
Yeah.
don't like loops.
Uh,
I mean,
yeah, I prefer a 10-mile loop. 20 is really like, okay, I can do 20 miles. It's
and the
tough.
same.
Yeah.
So it's almost like I think, even Leadville felt like it was two different races because it's
Mm-hmm.
50 one way, 50
Out
back.
back.
It's
Yeah.
totally different. But loops to me, I just, ugh, like, um, what is it? Loud Thunder.
Yeah. I like
Um,
that one.
that was good. But the one year I did the 50, wait, was it the 50 or the 50K? Maybe the 50K. Remember when it rained and they
They changed
changed?
it up. Yeah, a
I
couple years.
couldn't,
You didn't like that
oh
one.
my God.
I didn't do it that year. I volunteered that year, but I
So,
know they changed it up.
yeah, so you know how, like, if you're leaving, um, I think the start goes out the five first or the
Yep.
three. Wait, no, the part where you have to come in where you park
Mm-hmm.
on the left-hand side of that road coming in. There's all these grass fields out there,
Yeah.
and you had to run in there
I don't
for,
like grass fields.
and it was the wide cow
Yep.
path. It just got monotonous in
Yeah.
that area. I was like, come on. I literally would have rather climbed that both of
The
those
tougher sec. Yeah.
hills than do that little stretch.
That's what I like.
But it is a great race.
Yep.
Our friend Kurt, he did the 50 this year. Dodonker did the 50 with his brother. That's another one that's really well run.
Yeah, it is really well.
The aid stations are great. I like how where they're placed. That one that's like out, like what, like maybe 4 miles in or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. So you see it and you come back.
Yeah, you see it again
Yeah,
twice, right? Yep.
yep. That's a pretty cool race. I don't remember if I did the 50 or the 50K.
I think I did the 50 there the first year, maybe. I think. I
Yeah,
forget.
both. That is a really tough course.
Yeah, it is. And that stupid hill you have to go up by is it the dam or
Yeah,
something?
right up to the
It's
road and then turn
ridiculous.
around. Yeah, I know. And it's like, why did you just want to add that little stretch
Yeah,
in?
he does something like that at Mines of Spain.
Okay.
The very first loop, he makes us go out to the Julian Dubuque Memorial just because, just on the first loop, just because.
Yeah.
I mean, to see it, it's pretty, it's neat, but it's like, and it's only probably like another quarter of a mile, but it's like, good Lord, gosh.
Yeah. So what's next for you for running?
Doing Skoko, the
Okay. The
50K.
50K.
Yep, and then Mines of Spain. I am doing the Mines of Spain trail run. You know, they have it in August.
Is it a half
I'm
marathon?
doing the half,
Yeah.
yeah. I was on the waiting list. Like that's hard to get in. That race is really hard to get in. There's a huge waiting list, but
Really?
I've never done it. It's a little different than the. It's on some of the same trails as the
Hmm.
Mines 100, but a little different. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm doing just the 10 miler at Scott County.
Okay.
I did the 10 miler last year too, just because I had the 50K like screw up in my head.
Yeah, you
And I
want
was
to do
like,
that again then?
eh. And it's just so hot
It
this time of
is.
year.
It is really hot. Yeah, and I don't like the sections when you're in the
Oh,
grass.
and it's sideways
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
just
long
and it's hot.
grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We went out there a couple weeks ago and I feel like they haven't mowed the grass forever. It was really hard to run in it.
Um, Last year, I ran into do you know the Freshleys or how you say their name, Steve, and then Annie is the dog. They have, I think there's two boys, and Annie. Anyway, Annie eats. She's like a Instagram foodie thing,
Oh,
but I ran into her out there, and but her brother, I think it was her brother. He did it in like 59 minutes.
the 10 mile?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I know.
Jeez. They have a 5 mile this year.
Oh,
It'll
really?
probably take me that long to do 5 miles out there.
You know what was interesting is I remember the first year, so it's only like 4 years old, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's
three or
not,
four
yeah,
years old,
yep.
four. Um, the first year I did and got lost, and then the next year I came back. So you know when you leave the park, like where the start is, and you go across the street, you run down the hill a little bit, and you go across the street. They made a paved.
Yeah.
Remember that was the year
Yes.
I didn't like why. Where
Yeah, it goes all the way around the lake. It's like a mile long. It seems like weird.
that they would do that?
Yeah, it's odd.
It's
We run a
probably on.
cross country meet there,
Uh-huh.
and it finishes around that.
And you
I
run on the
forgot.
pavement?
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Well, this might. Did we run on the pavement last year? They must have because that's where it finishes. It finishes right around. It's just strange.
Yeah, I thought so too, because I was like expecting it to be the trail and it
And
was a
it's
paved
paved right in the woods
sidewalk.
there. Yeah, it's weird.
All right, so running, you got these two races or at least two coming up. Um, but let's totally change subjects to what really I didn't have any idea. I was like, wait a second, what? And what's crazy about it is Morgan OTA, Morgan OTA, she's on this Alaskan um, trip right now, and I've
Okay.
been watching and following her. And they just went to the Iditarod camp where the dogs and stuff are,
Oh, did like a
like
what are
part
they
of
on a
their.
glacier tour or just somebody's
No idea.
a kennel
I don't know if
tour
it was
maybe?
through like how like I think it's Channel 6. Don't they do
Yeah, they do
those
those tours.
tours? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what it's part of.
Oh, I do remember seeing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they were just at the Iditarod
Headquarters.
headquarters.
Yeah. That's in Wasilla.
So tell me, how did that all come about?
But I followed the Iditarod just as best as you can because it's not like on TV but online and stuff. And I started teaching it in my classroom because there I found education. There's an education portal
Uh,
and learned about what's called the Teacher on the Trail and decided to apply for it. And it's quite the application process and interview process and I was selected and that was back in 2015.
mhm.
And so for a full year, you're the teacher on the trail and you write curriculum lessons, you blog, post to the website for a full year. And then during the Iditarod race, you go out on the trail. First, you do some speaking in Alaska, and then you go out on the trail and do continue to blog and video and all the things out on the trail. So it was quite the experience. And now I'm still involved with Iditarod Education. I go up and speak at the conference every year. And we went to Idaho a couple weeks ago and spoke, did a conference. I run their TikTok account.
So tell me
And
some of the stuff
yeah.
that so when you integrated into your classroom, tell me some of the stuff that you were teaching the kids.
So when I was doing social studies, I did a lot with like the trail itself, like it being a national historic trail and the culture pieces of Alaska and history and all of those types of things. As far as like it's really popular in elementary because you can turn your math lessons into real world
Yeah, that's
applications.
cool. Yeah.
And so, yeah, I spoke with a lot of classrooms across the country, and it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, isn't there a movie?
Yeah,
Is
there's
it
Togo. Have you seen Togo? That's a
not
good one.
Togo? There was another one like Balto.
Balto's at one. Yeah, there's several like kind of like dog mushing type movies.
So how did that race come about?
So, the guy that started it, his name's Joe Reddington. He back in the 70s when snow machines, snowmobiles
Hmm.
were invented and planes and stuff, he started to see less and less people using dogs because people use dogs for transportation for the mail and things like that. And he started seeing it people using them less, and he was worried about the culture.
Yeah,
And so he's like, well, let's start a race.
yeah.
And so to save the dog culture and to save that historical trail used as a mail route, he wanted to start a race. And he said, let's do this race. And at the time, it took like over 20 days. Now it takes him like between 8 and 12.
So tell me more about the race itself. Like where does it start? How
Yeah.
long is it? And that kind of thing.
So it starts in Willow, Alaska, which is just north of Anchorage. It goes all the way to Nome. It's 1,000 miles ish, you know. And they start with 16 dogs. And along the way, sort of like athletes, if you tweak a shoulder, tweak an ankle, they can what they call drop dogs. But once you drop a dog, like you can't bring them back in. Um, so you can drop them in. And typically, it's actually smart to do that because you're only as fast as your slowest dog.
Yeah.
So if one's
You
just slowing
drag
down
them.
and you
Yeah.
just all right, see you later, and they take care of them at the checkpoints, which are villages along the way. So the villages get, and it kind of boosts a lot of economy in the villages because of all the people coming through. and they take care of them, and then they fly them back to Anchorage, and then they pick them up when the race is over. So you have to finish with at least five. And some
Like a
people,
16.
yeah, some people strategically drop them, like Dallas Evie. I don't know if you've heard of him ever. He's won the race the most times, and he strategically drops them along the way and usually finishes with about six. Because you also, when you're going, now
You
you're
don't
not
have to
caring
carry as
for,
much food
you
and
don't carry as much food. You don't have to
yeah,
take care of them as it's quicker.
yeah.
So he strategically does it. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
I didn't have any idea about that at all. I knew,
Hmm.
like I said, like my kids knew about Balto and
Yeah.
the Iditarod, and I remember hearing about it when I was a kid. Um, but that's really cool, and that you did that. So you integrated into your classroom, and then how did you find out about being like applying for that?
Well, it's just I saw it on the website when I was looking because they have all these different lesson plans.
Oh,
And so
gotcha.
then I saw this, I was like, well, this is interesting. And they had a summer camp at the time. So I went to this camp first. And then every year in February leading up to the race, they have a teacher conference. And that's what I continue to go to now. And I'm actually on the Teacher on the Trail selection committee. So I help select the teacher each year
Wow.
now. Hmm.
And that can be from anywhere.
Yeah. So this year we selected one another Iowan. She's from
Oh, wow.
Osage. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what are the things that you talk about at the conference?
So the last couple of years, I've spoke about AI and using AI with the Iditarod and using new different types of AI tools. So,
To help the people train or just
no,
about
for
the trip?
teachers to use in their yeah. So I teach how you could integrate the Iditarod
Got it.
while
Oh,
using
okay.
AI as a teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
see.
I give them different. That's my kind of my big background. I technology.
Okay.
So I've always spoke about technology, and in the last few years with AI becoming so popular, I've
Yeah.
been speaking about AI now.
I love AI.
Yeah, me too.
I do. I
I
mean, I
love it.
think that if you're not using it,
Yeah,
why not?
I use it daily.
I remember when my kids, so I have two daughters, they're 21 and 18 now, but I remember specifically like after the iPod came out in like 2004, it was like, well, my oldest was one, and then like once she was probably like three or four, then it became like the iPod
Yeah.
Touch, and we were like, well, if this is the way it's going, you don't want to have them be left behind in terms of
Right.
the technology, right? So I remember we got the iPod, and then it was like the iPod Touch or whatever the heck it was, and then it just kept going and going and going. And I mean, I felt like when um, AI now with like Copilot
Yep.
and Grok. I don't know if you use
I
Grok,
don't use that one as much, but
but I'll tell you now, Grok has like super Grok. And I remember hearing a podcast with this guy that was an AI guy. Don't remember his name, doesn't matter. It was like more about how, if you look back from 2004 to now, is only how long? Not that long
no,
ago.
20 years.
Yeah, to what's available now. If you go forward 5 years from now, holy moly,
Right, what it's going to
what it's
be.
going to be.
Yeah, one of the things that, like, in the education world with AI, like, some people are very scared of it and hesitant and think kids are going to cheat with it. And you talk about, like, remember back when in the days when they were like, use a calculator. You're never going to have a calculator with you all the time. Well, we do have a
Yes.
calculator with
Yeah.
us all the time.
Right.
And then when the internet came out, you're never going to have that with you. Well, we do. And so you had to teach them how to properly use a calculator instead of use and how to properly use the internet. And now you just have to teach them how to properly and ethically use AI. So
Yeah.
I'm actually teaching an AI course to teachers next month on how to use AI in the classroom. So
Yeah. So the other thing this guy talked about, he said how I'm assuming today, and maybe it's changed since I listened to it, but so when you go and say you want to input something into the AI, whether it's Grok or a Copilot, it is limited today, like everything, where it has like a space of limit of data,
right,
we'll call it.
yeah,
But he said what's going to end up is it'll be like unlimited.
yeah,
Like you'll be able to take all of that, whatever you put in there, and then put it in again and again and again, and it will just like man, I'm telling you, so my youngest, Erin is her name, she she took a summer class at Scott and it was writing. So it was like a prereq for Iowa. And I asked her about it. I said, how do they detect?
yeah.
But she said that the teacher makes you put it into a something
That can
ahead of
detect
time.
it.
Yeah, well, they write it in that and then they like make sure, or they write it in some system and then it checks it for AI. I'm
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
yeah. They have a lot of detectors, and I mean, I'm not against them using it because you kind of have to critically think in order to give them certain prompts on how to write it. It's, yeah,
Yeah, you're right, like it's the teaching people how to use it. Now, if I go on LinkedIn or any of the or Twitter or something, there's somebody teaching
yeah,
how to use AI, and I'm
right,
thinking, like I mean, if you're gonna look something in Google, be as specific as you possibly
right.
can. Don't just look up like places to visit in Florida.
Yeah,
Right, what
that's
you're looking for,
exactly. That's,
right?
yeah. Like we used to have to teach kids how to do a Google search because they didn't know how to do a Google search. Well, now you're going to be teaching them how to use a
Yeah,
prompt the right way.
yeah, he was
Don't
all,
don't write my essay for me. No, no, let's not do it that.
yeah, we're getting
Give some
sidetracked about
ideas,
the AI, but
brainstorm, all the things. Yeah, I know.
have you seen the videos that they're generating?
But that's kind of scary, but yeah.
Oh my God.
It looks real.
It looks real. There's funny ones that I
Yeah.
follow.
Yeah. The
Um,
little guys, have you seen the little babies?
yeah, but I've seen the Sasquatch and the Yeti,
Oh, yep.
and then there's stormtroopers. Have you seen the
I haven't seen the
stormtroopers? Oh my
stormtroopers. I can
God.
imagine they're funny.
Those guys, it is so funny. And I mean, I don't even know how the heck that they're doing that. But I also remember, so I worked for John Deere for 17 years. I moved out here from Boston because of
Okay.
Deere, but I got laid off last year, and um, I remember they had their own, like you couldn't put in, um, they had their own AI like co-pilot thing, and it was because like they didn't want us using the outside stuff because then
Mm,
it was like open it up
yeah.
to, hey, they're gonna keep track of all this stuff,
Yeah.
um, but it's not gonna stop.
No, it's just going to continue. So you might
Yeah.
as well learn how to use it.
So when you got involved in the Iditarod thing and you went out, did you go? So you went there in 2015?
Yep. So I was out on the trail and went to different villages along the way, and then I spent a lot of time in Nome at the finish.
That's cool. And I was going to ask you about the race was it's so it starts on what day
Yeah,
or
it's
what?
usually so the first Saturday of March they have a ceremonial start in Anchorage, because there's no roads in Alaska, so you can't go out and watch the Iditarod.
Oh.
So they have the ceremonial start through the town, so it's like a big parade. It doesn't
Hmm.
count towards your time, and then the next day they call it the restart. They go up to Willow, which is I don't know, like an hour and a half, and that's where they go. Yeah, there's no once there's just roads on the eastern side, so you can't get anywhere else in Alaska to the west there with besides snow machine or plane.
Okay, so it starts in March
Yeah.
and then there's no finish, right? Or is there a cutoff or is it
No,
just
there's not a cutoff, but there's a rule in there that states if you are not being competitive, you can be withdrawn.
okay. So you're
So
not like out there camping
no,
overnight for
yeah.
like
So if you
six
start
months.
like if you're back there and like everybody else is like a couple days ahead, they're gonna be like because they don't want to keep the checkpoints what they call
Yeah,
them open. So
that was my next question was it's not a stage though, race.
no, you just
So you
go.
just
Yeah,
go and go
you,
your own pace,
there are a
just
few
get to the finish.
mandatory. Like there's one you have to stop for 8 hours at a checkpoint on the river, Yukon River. Then there's one where you have to take a mandatory 24-hour stop, and then there's one checkpoint, another checkpoint you have to take 8 hours. Otherwise, you can camp, keep going through. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's a constant timed thing, overall time.
And is there so you mentioned the dogs, 16 dogs to start.
Hmm.
Do you have to start with 16?
No, you could start with 14 if you wanted,
Okay.
12, whatever.
And then the sleds.
Yeah.
Is there standardization in the sleds?
Yeah,
Is
I
there
mean, there's no like rules necessarily. Most people make their own. They're trying to make them the lightest but durable because the first part of the race goes up and over the mountains, so some of them are going to be a little bit more durable and heavy. And then a lot of times when they get through the mountains, they'll switch their sleds out.
Oh, you can do
You
that.
can send a sled
Oh,
out and do a switch if you want. So,
okay.
or if it busts, because they bust, going through some of the really rough sections. And there's a section called the Burn, Farewell Burn, which is there was a big forest fire and there's typically not a lot of snow, so it's tougher on you.
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean,
Yeah,
if they're dragging the sled through the
yeah.
dirt and the
And some
roots and
people have trailers behind them. I mean, there's been a lot of innovative people along the way. They made sit down sleds so you can sit and
so no, what, normally are you standing?
yeah, but you'd be standing on a sled. But a lot of people have put like whether it's a little cooler or just a little seat so they can sit down. And
Hmm.
otherwise, I mean, hours and hours. But they, typically kind of how it goes is most of them have this kind of equal ratio of run to rest. So like, let's say you go for 4 hours of running, then you're gonna rest them for about 4 hours.
And you have to carry all the food
Again,
and water for the
yeah, but
dogs.
at those checkpoints, then you've got
Yeah.
drop bags, kind of like
Okay.
us. We have drop
Okay.
bags, so yeah,
Wow.
it's a ultra
It's like
marathon
an
for
ultra, yeah,
dogs.
for
Yeah,
dogs, yeah.
except for they get checked for, and this is one thing I tell people a lot. Like nobody ever checks us to make sure that we're safe, heart's good and healthy. They just go on out. And the dogs, so they all get checked for EKGs, their lungs, all the things. And if they don't feel they're healthy enough to run, and at each checkpoint, there's vets that'll check them along the way
Yeah,
because
it's
that's
funny.
number one priority.
I remember in 2016 we were in Leadville, you did have to go to a medical tent
Yeah,
at the race pickup or packet pickup, but I don't remember what they did.
I don't
I don't think
remember
they did
either.
anything.
I know at Ironman they weighed us at check-in, but I never got weighed again. I don't know why they wanted to weigh me because they never weighed me during the race.
I think it was only, you know what I remember now? Like we went to the medical and all they did was give you a bracelet with your name and age and all that and contact info on it.
So in case something happened to you,
Yeah, that was the check.
yeah,
But it makes sense. Why wouldn't you have to pass some kind of
yeah.
a physical like I don't know if you saw, but it was I think it was either it was Western States. Yeah, the woman passed away.
Oh yeah, I think it was UTM. Was it UTMB?
I thought it was Western
Maybe you're no
States.
Hard Rock.
Yeah, it was Hard Rock
Hard Rock.
100,
Yeah,
6 miles in.
yeah. I don't. Do you know what ended up happening to her?
I don't I don't think they ever said. I'm assuming
No.
it was something that was like pre-existing
Yeah,
because, that race itself is
difficult.
supposedly like the hardest 100 in the world. But you think 6 miles in,
Yeah, there's yeah.
heart
When I
attack or
think about
something.
some of the aid stations that I've come in looking like death
Oh yeah.
and saying I want to be done, and they're like, "You got this, just keep going," and I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah. They do have medical out on the course at Leadville. I know they do.
yeah."
I remember so like Pat, they got pull they could pull
They
you
could pull you,
if
yeah,
you're not
yeah,
with it mentally, right? That's the other
yeah.
challenge with.
I think Western is a lot more. Don't they have a or they used to. I feel like they would weigh you, and if you
Oh
lost too
yeah,
much,
I
they would
bet.
pull you.
Well, I mean, I would only imagine they would do it if there was something wrong, if going
Yeah,
wrong, right?
yeah,
They're not going to probably make you weigh
yeah.
in
I
just
don't
to
think
weigh
so.
in.
Yeah, but
But
if
if
you
you
look
were, yeah,
dehydrated or
uh,
something and you're losing a certain amount of weight,
yeah, it's funny. Like sometimes I can like my if we're gonna run long on Saturday, it's always the same thing. I'll have like pizza Friday night and or sushi.
oh God,
But I can weigh if I weigh myself say Friday and I'm say 190 pounds. I'll run Saturday fasted, meaning I don't eat before I
yeah,
run, and we'll run 20 miles. And if it's hot like this, I can lose 6 or 7 pounds of water.
yeah. I sweat. I'm a big sweater because I don't do well in this heat, so I probably lose a lot of weight.
Yeah, and I know now, I was talking about this with the doctor. They have all these tests now you can do at home, like food sensitivity and all that.
Hmm.
And now they have one where they'll do like a sweat analysis to tell you
Yeah,
how much you should be drinking. And I mean, there's no question about it, even though I would lose six, sometimes mostly like 4 or 5. But I mean, I got a pack, a liter and a half of water or Tailwind, and I'm drinking that and still losing.
and then the amount of salt that you should be taking too.
I do. I definitely started, we go to a gym down the street here, Quad City Performance, and it's all personal training. I don't use the personal trainer, but I just go there, and I did for a little bit. They give you like 5 free sessions, and I met with the guy Brian that owns it, and he was saying that a lot of runners underestimate the amount of sodium. He's like, people hear sodium and they freak out,
Yeah,
like shouldn't eat it, you shouldn't have it, you shouldn't add it, and he's like, no, you need it, and you definitely need more of it when you are depleting it
yeah.
from running.
I use Element now.
Yeah,
That's got 1,000 milligrams of. I drink one of those an hour probably when I'm out running.
yeah. I quick funny story. There was a bunch of us that went and did a backyard. Have you ever
Oh
done one?
no, I don't think I can. I don't think I'm fast enough. I'll probably
No,
get
what?
no because it takes me about an hour to do 4 miles.
Yeah, but then
I
you
mean,
just
I'd
keep
be
going.
constantly going. I wouldn't get which might be better actually.
That's what the thing is. We didn't train for it.
Gosh,
I mean, we were
yeah,
running, but we didn't train for that. We
yeah,
didn't train for stopping every four
which
miles.
makes it probably stiffen you, huh?
It can.
Yeah.
Like I remember doing like the first few laps. This was on like a ski resort. Like so
Oh, so
you
there's
it
hills and
was
stuff.
it was
Was it a four
ridiculous.
mile, 4.2 mile one?
Oh yeah. It was ridiculously hard. But I was going to talk about salt tabs and stuff like that. Like, they make like the combination one with electrolytes and salt, and we had those. But the funny story was I was running, and you're during that course there was probably only like a half of a mile where you were actually running on flat
Oh,
ground. So
otherwise it's
you were
just
either
uphill.
hiking or
Hmm.
going down
That's tough.
the whole time, and it was brutal. It was really, really hard. But this kid was talking about he had caffeine pills because these guys were going to go for like
Uh-huh.
overnight or
Yeah.
whatever, 100 something miles. And he said that I don't know how many milligrams, like let's just say a lot is say 100 milligrams.
Yeah.
This dude was taking like 250 a lap.
No.
I know. And I'm like, what?
That's like gonna put you in the hospital.
I thought like that was a lot. I'm like, no.
That's how I DNF'd at one of the mines because so I do terrible overnight. Like I start falling asleep and I'm sleepwalking out there. And so one year I was like, I'm gonna be ready for this year. So I had a caffeine pill and I took it. And then I went to the next aid station. I thought it'd been a long time since I took it. I took like four with which I think they're 200 milligrams each within like a couple hours.
Yeah.
And then I started just puking and puking and
Oh
puking
yeah.
and
I
like
can only
I
imagine.
and my friend said something like, I think I just took about four of them within a couple hours trying to stay awake. She said, no,
Yeah.
it just crashed and yeah.
I was I was scared. My wife last Christmas got me I am a big tailwind. That's what I
Yeah.
usually use. But she bought the tailwind with caffeine,
Okay.
and I was like, oh man, I don't know if my stomach is gonna handle it. Like I'll drink coffee in the morning before I run, but not a whole. Like I'll just take a couple sips just to wake up a little bit. But I was like, "All right, let me try it," and I love it now.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely helps because it's not a lot of caffeine. I'd have to look and see what it is per scoop and all that kind of crap. But I also remember hearing and reading about Tailwind, like you're not supposed to take it for, you know, more than 8 hours or something
Oh,
like that,
well,
or
you're out.
10 hours. Or, and I'm like, wait a minute. So
Oops.
then I was at this backyard and I'm like, using Tailwind, and I thought, man, is this good for me? I'm like 7 hours into this run, and I remember thinking I've never done the caffeine that long.
That long.
Um, oh man. So as soon as I get done with that one, I'm like, I'm signing up for another one.
Are you gonna do another one?
Yep,
They have one in Wisconsin.
that's the one I'm doing. There's a
The
million of them in Wisconsin. This one was in Wisconsin, but it was in Wausau. This one I'm doing is in like just south of Madison. It's called the Last Dot Standing.
yeah, the Scotty Coomer one.
I don't know who
10
that.
junk miles.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah. Have you listened to that podcast?
No,
I
but
got an episode on there.
oh, you do?
I'm on there, yeah.
Okay.
Because we Scott and I did a trade. So my students have a podcast. It's called Husky Talk, and we do Iditarod people.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
Scott was going to do the ITI, the Iditarod on foot. Are you
Okay.
familiar with that?
No.
Okay, so you know the Iditarod we just talked about. They
Yeah.
have it on foot. You can do it on foot or on bike.
1,000 miles.
Yeah, and Scott's a winter runner, so we had him on mine, and then he's like, "You come on mine." Then yeah, no, yeah, they can do it on
The
same trail.
run monitored way more than
Different group, different the
yeah, but
entities,
I mean
but
like from a medical like getting it like I mean you're out in
no,
the
it takes
really
about a month to do. Yeah, yeah, it's nuts because
and
it's
he's done
like
it.
he was gonna do the 350, but I think he ended up getting injured. He does a lot of winter ultras like Arrowhead and Tuscobia and stuff.
So
Bonnie Bush does
Arrowhead
them.
so Arrowhead 135.
Yeah,
So I had on Mark Dowdle on my podcast early on and he was at the backyard and that's where I kind of met him and he agreed to do the podcast. I'm like, absolutely. He did Arrowhead. I think he came in like fourth or fifth, but that
yeah,
is crazy.
yeah. You pull a sled.
135 pulling
Yeah,
the sled.
yeah, it's nuts.
But you're no dog is pulling it.
No,
You're
just
pulling
you.
it.
You're pulling it.
That is
And then
crazy.
some people bike it in those fat tire bikes.
Really?
Yeah,
The Iditarod course too, right? You
yeah,
said there's a bike part. Do they
yeah.
do it at the same time?
So that the one on foot man human powered starts a week earlier, and so they usually end up getting passed by the dog teams and stuff.
Oh, so it's the same time of year.
Same time of year, so the human powered starts 1 week earlier, and they end up catching them. Yeah, because it takes the if you're on foot, I think the winter. I actually think the time limit is like 30 some days, but the winter takes 28, 29, 30 days.
Oh my God.
It's
And you get to book for everything with you, kind of.
yeah. Well, yeah, because the checkpoints are like 67 miles apart. So you're camping out there and
Oh my God.
melting water out in your cooker.
So I mean, I'm guessing then, as far as I don't know much about weather in Alaska, but there must be a season that they can do it in. and then it's
Well, they
probably
do it.
really bad.
It's tough. It gets. I mean, when I was out there, one of the times it was 60 below.
Yeah, see, I don't think you can do it then, right?
No, you have. That's when you do it. Yeah, you can't do it in the summer because
It's no snow,
the trail it goes through like marshes and rivers.
so they're not frozen.
It's not frozen in the winter. So if you want to do the whole trail, you got to do it in the winter.
So as a runner, and it's minus 60,
Yeah,
you're
that
not
sucks.
running. There's
No,
no
I think
way.
they
You
do a
gotta,
lot. I think it's a power hike thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a power
Holy
hike thing.
smokes.
Yeah.
And but he's done the Arrowhead.
He's done Arrowhead a couple times, I think, and Tuscobia. There's one in Tuscobia. Yeah.
So anyway,
Bonnie Bush, you know her?
I know Bonnie, yeah.
She does the. I mean, Bonnie does everything, but
Yeah.
she does the winter ultras.
And she's another one that I'm gonna ask to be
Oh,
on. I don't
get
know.
her on.
Do you
Yeah.
know Teresa Brooks?
No.
So and well, she's a deer person, and that's how I know Bonnie. And Bonnie and I at Deer, we did like a couple like panels together to talk
Okay.
about running to the people
Yeah.
at Deer, and she's awesome. I just remember like the first ultra that I did here was the Corn Belt.
Wait, oh, the 24-hour?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And I can remember, I didn't do it. I didn't do
Oh,
I mean, I
okay.
went and I did, I
Okay.
just was like, there's a story about it, but I remember it was John Byrne was signed up and he's like, hey, just come. And he was training for Leadville in 2012. And I was like, all right, I'll come. I'll sign up and I'll just come run some miles with you, but I'll be a registered runner. But anyway, I did it and I only did like 35 miles because something came up, he couldn't make it. But I'm like, I'll just go. But I remember seeing Bonnie and I'm like, man, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like I look at her and I'm looking at her run, and she is just like a grandfather clock. She just
Oh, yeah.
doesn't
Consistent.
stop.
No, she does just
It's
consistent.
not fast.
No,
It's not pretty.
she just does it.
Gone.
She
Like just
does Hennepin every year. She does that Ironman in Madison every year.
oh my God.
She's done Badwater.
Has she?
Yeah,
That's the
multiple
scariest one in the
times.
world for me to even think about. I
Me
just
too. Too hot.
they just had it, right? It was last week.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy that was 80 years old?
Oh yeah, I can't believe it.
I know. And I guess he had attempted it before and he DNF'd and he was like, I'll show this race.
Yeah, and he did. 80 years old. No.
Yeah, but Bonnie is amazing. She is, I remember hearing that I mean, she had like some records before, like when she was younger,
Yep.
like 50-mile
Mm-hmm.
record and nationals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome. She is amazing. The Corn Belt people.
My friend did the Corn Belt. I don't know if she had 120 or something, but I paced her, and I hate running on the track, and I did about 20 miles with her. I'm like,
Yeah.
no way.
No, the beauty of that one is I think it's every 4 hours they shift
Yeah, they turn
direction.
directions. Yeah.
I'm not, can you? It hurt.
Yeah,
Like I got
I
hurt.
could feel my
Oh yeah.
hips.
And
Yeah.
it was so the normal, which is crazy about track, is it's always like
Mm-hmm.
counterclockwise, and then you go the other way, and all of a sudden I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling too good. Like
Yeah.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Thank you.
I've run in it. I've never tried to run 100 or never tried to win it or anything like that, but
Yeah.
I did that one time 35 and then another time I ran with do you know Kyle Dietz?
Yes, I've heard of that guy. I
And
know who
did
he
you know
is.
Flynn Schultz, that guy that
Mm,
he
no.
fell in the river and he passed away like
Uh,
5, 6 years, 7 years ago?
mm-mm.
Yeah, those guys were running it and they had just run the 150
Okay.
at
At pot?
yep.
Okay.
And because I think the timing of it, when
Oh,
is
yeah, because pot is like beginning of April and
and
then
this is May, like the
yeah,
first week of
yeah,
May
yeah.
usually. And I remember they were flying around the track and I was like,
Wow.
what in the world? But I think they only did like 100K that day.
Oh,
And that's where I met Josh, actually. It was funny. It
oh
was
yeah, he's out there a
Josh,
lot.
Josh was out there and we ran a bunch of laps together. That was way before he started becoming this race director.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
did Lake McBride this weekend.
I saw
And
that.
he was at that one.
I didn't even know they had that.
Yeah, this was the first time I've done it. It's fun.
I took my kids up there. We walked around that, but I was like, that'd be awesome.
It is. It's a neat little.
And
little
it's like a weird K. What is it?
we
Like
did the
20,
25K. There's
25K.
also a 50K, but the race got pushed to like 10 o'clock. So I think anybody doing the 50K, you could still do it, but you had to like really go fast if you wanted to finish it.
Oh, yeah. Because there's
Yeah,
open
yeah,
people out there just walking around. That's
yeah.
it.
And you cross the spillway twice. So I like that.
Yeah,
That's
that's pretty
fun.
cool. That is cool. So let me see the we were talking about Iditarod and we were talking about then the people that do it on foot. And I was saying the last dot, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're doing last dot.
so after I got done with the one in Wausau, I was kind of pissed because I was like, I could have kept going. I mean, I only did 7 hours, which is like 30 miles, and it was just super hard. The starting and stopping, when we run and we train, we'll do if we're doing a 20 mile, we just run.
You just run the.
And
How much time did it take you? Like, how much break time did you
that's what I
have?
was going to tell you. So
Okay.
where the mistake was when I interviewed Mark, Mark literally like clockwork would come in with like 5 minutes every
Mm-hmm.
single lap, like
It's a good
clockwork.
time.
And you can, like if you don't want to sit around, you can almost make it so that when you're coming in, you're walking a little. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
You walk
that's
into
a
your aid
good.
station, you
Yeah.
walk, you get your stuff, and then you walk. They give you a 3 minute heads up.
Okay.
So when I look back at my times, we were like the first lap, it was like 12. And I'm like, that's just too fast. I went way too fast. Then it was
Yeah.
10, 10. I was just
So
too fast out there. I should have slowed down and just took it easy because it would have been able to go a little longer. It got humid, it was
mm-hmm.
hot. So now I started, when I signed up for last dot, I was like, all right, my training now, if I do say 8, I'll stop at 4 and I'll walk for like a minute or two
Uh-huh.
and then refuel or whatever and then go again. Like this past weekend we were going to do 12. We did end up doing like 2 walk breaks in
In the
between.
middle.
So I'm going to
Okay.
start doing more of that as I lead up to that. But I got to do a long one. I'm going to probably have to do like a 30 miler with those 4 mile.
Is that a flat? It's a flat, like on a
This one
dirt
apparently
trail, kind of
is
like.
flat. So Chris Brooks, who he hates when I mention his name on here, because he's at this position where he has achieved I'll just say success where
Okay.
his LinkedIn and all his social media is not run by him anymore,
Oh jeez.
kind of deal.
Okay.
So I mean, I hate mentioning his name, but he's done it twice. And so I asked him, I was like, "Is this like?" And he did the Wausau with me and a bunch of guys. He's like, "It's not even close. It's flatter.
Like Hennepinish, kind of.
It's flatter." And this is a weird one too because it goes from one point to the other, then you wait,
Go
and then
back.
you go back to the other. So like if you have crew, it's you won't see them every 2 hours or every
Yeah.
hour. So he did 84 miles the second year he did it. He said that he could have done 100. He could have kept going, but he had stomach
Mm-hmm.
issue and just didn't feel like running anymore.
Yeah. Do you have a goal for that?
I don't, and that's the
Just
thing.
gonna go.
I have to. Well, that's the mistake we made for this last time was we didn't know
Yeah.
what to expect, but I need to set my mind on a goal because when I was talking with Kurt about it and everybody else about it afterwards is like if you're signed up for a 50K,
Mm-hmm.
you got to run 30.
Yeah.
If you sign up for a 50 miler, you got to run 50 miles. This one is
You have no idea.
literally up to you,
Yeah, you have no idea what you're.
capable of.
Yep.
So we'll
And if you
see.
have a bad loop too, like, or I don't know.
Yeah, but the way I'm looking at it is I started in another part of the training I started incorporating is I'm a pretty good walker. Like I can walk
Oh, yeah, that.
pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's the only way I finished 100 was being able to walk really good and hike really good. But I can walk like a 13
Oh, then you
something.
could walk a whole lap.
Yeah. And that's what he said. We can work on a strategy of like I did the AI. I asked Grok. Yeah, I said, hey, if I want to average a 15-minute or less than a 15-minute mile for 4.19 or 18 miles, how far can I walk? And then average like a 10 or 11 minute. And it tells you and it spits out all of the data.
That's
So I'm like,
nuts.
okay, we can work with that. I think it's going to be going into it, you have to have the mentality of you want to win it or be the last person
Yeah.
standing
Yep.
and then just push to the limit because other than that I don't know. I mean, you could quit after 2 laps.
Yeah. I know that Lazarus Lake has a backyard ultra,
Uh-huh.
and Harvey Lewis does it every year.
Yeah,
They did it for 5 days.
I know.
5 days of that.
Did you see the one in Australia?
How long did that go?
They broke his record.
Oh,
So he did 450 miles
yeah.
and they broke that. And it was 2 guys.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it
It's
was in
just, I mean, that's
Australia.
nonstop running. Like,
Yeah. Did you ever see the one where he was doing that? I don't know if it was Laz's or it was another backyard he did where he literally came in and he like rolled across the start and rolled back over it
To get go
to
to
get to
start.
the next lap.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
That's a hard that those backyard ultras can be tough.
yeah. It's got me interested because it's just not like a normal
Yeah,
thing
it's
that I'm
different.
into, right?
I
It's
like
not
that.
like a try or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or a bike race or gravel bike race or something. It's something different. So Harvey was funny about Harvey is I don't remember what year it was, but it was definitely like 2019. It was before COVID, maybe. He did Leadville.
Oh, he's done Leadville?
Yeah.
How'd he
But
do?
oh, well, I mean, I beat him.
Nice.
And I love saying that, but here's the thing.
Mm.
He went out in like 9 or something hours at the first 50.
Oh,
Yeah, like thinking
thinking
that
that would
that
be
would be, and he did in 29 something,
he had a bad second half.
bad second half.
Holy cow,
And he talked
9 hours.
about it. He said he made mistakes and he was like
He
thinking,
blew up.
yep, totally.
Yeah.
It's funny, like if you look at, I started doing all kinds of like data analysis on it, and I would love if somebody had enough time to go in there, you can get all the results and download them
Uh-huh.
or copy paste them. But I started to try to do that just to run like some numbers on like what's really interesting to me is there's a high number of people in this area of the Quad Cities that have finished.
Right. Yeah.
I wonder like
Huh.
and probably a lot of people from Colorado, but it must be like the second highest number of people per square mile.
It is. I noticed that too. I'm like, man, there's a lot of Quad City people, and I mean, just the year I went out, there was. I think you guys were out there that year that I.
2016.
Yeah, and then as I remember being out there and seeing a lot of Quad City people. But yeah, you
I
want to
thought,
know what they've done. What do they do different? Like John, I followed John Byrne when he was doing the stair thing,
oh
the
yeah,
stairs. So
yeah,
I stole all his stair. He posted the picture of it
yeah,
each. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try this year. So I
yeah.
tried the stair thing that year. I don't know what you need to do. Like,
Uh,
I'm not a strong climber. I'm a really strong downhill. Like I could fly downhill. So that is my weakness. And well, you gotta climb
climbing,
a lot.
and you got to
Yeah.
climb a lot. I
Yep.
think it's 16,000 feet,
Yeah.
something like 15 or 16,000 feet
That's a
of
lot.
gain.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the stairs for me, two things. One, it was mental
Mm-hmm.
because they suck.
Yeah, they do.
It's just stupid. You're just running up and down the
Yeah.
stadium stairs. The second thing that I think benefited, so I definitely benefited from
Yeah.
it mentally because I didn't want to do it,
Right.
and I did it. The other part was, like you just mentioned, going down.
Oh yeah.
Where can you go and train running down? And I'm talking,
Yeah.
you're pounding your
Right.
quads.
For miles.
Yeah,
You can't.
yeah.
You can't practice that.
So going up and down mentally was tough, and it was we were there usually at 4:30 in the morning, and he would do sets.
Yeah.
It'd be like, okay, we're gonna do a set of five, then another set of five, then a set of 10, and I think the most we did was like a set of 20, and that was like nonstop.
Yeah, and
Like
then
we'd
you
just
had
do
little things in the middle,
burpees,
burpees and stuff.
and we would do
Yeah.
wall jumps, we do air squats. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I like went back in his photos. I'm like, I think he did this when he trained. So I told my buddy, I'm like, you wanna do this? So we did it.
Did you do it in Camanche or in
Yeah.
somewhere,
Well,
the
Clinton had
stadium?
some stairs and then
Yeah.
we'd always go swimming afterwards over at the pool, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what, I mean, I think the Donker gave me the treadmill workout. I
Mm-hmm.
remember David Clark said the treadmill, as far as help to climb, there's so many trails around here where you can kind of get in that hiking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you ever hit up Illinois Wick.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's a good one. It's
Mm-hmm.
shorter,
Mm-hmm.
kind of, but it's got the gradual climbs. Wildcat for
Oh
us
yeah.
is always the place that we'll go for the long, like, 6, 9 hours, 50
Mm-hmm.
miles, because it has a variation of running, walking, hiking.
Yeah.
Then you go up the stairs, so there's a lot there at Wildcat. It's just not too far, but far enough
Far
where
enough.
it's like,
Have you been to mines?
never.
Okay, you need to check that
I
out
know.
because
It
there's a lot
scares
of
me though.
stairs in the loop. There's tons of like and those stupid Boy Scout stairs that they're not even
Oh
like,
yeah.
so it's like,
Yeah, yeah,
oh
yeah,
now
yeah,
it's
yeah.
two stairs. They're just ridiculous. There's a ton of stairs in that loop. And
Yeah.
there's some long climbs, some pretty good long climbs. So we did a lot of training out there, but I mean it's really not you can't mimic it anything up
I
there.
saw I saw you did Frozen Gnome.
Yeah.
And I think Frozen Gnome is the same course as the Earth
I
Day.
think so.
It's similar,
Very
if not
similar. Same place,
same
Veterans
place.
Acres. Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of that, Michelle Hartwig,
Yeah.
she's gonna do the
Oh, really?
podcast
Is she?
Wednesday.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. I'm
she's
excited.
great. I
I'm
like her.
excited.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say about that one is I just remember there was a couple of long
Yeah.
hikes. Remember
Yep.
there was like a field and you kind of just went
Yeah.
up
It's
into
just
this.
gradual
Yeah.
increase.
And then there was that stupid, is it like
Oh,
two
it's a
mile loop? The
silly
loop.
loop. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you
I
kind of
hate
go
those
by the
types of things.
baseball
Yeah.
fields and come back. The
Yep.
one year we were all signed up to do Frozen Gnome. It was me, Kurt Johnson, Andy, and Austin,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah. I know who
Austin
he
Chesney.
is. Yeah.
And it was, so say the race, I think the race is Saturday. Friday night, we got that ice storm.
Oh, yeah.
It
Yeah.
was like a storm came in, it was all ice and slush and stuff. And so I just assumed we were still going to go. And Andy was going to drive. And he said, I don't feel like driving in this.
Yeah.
But Austin went by himself. And it was his first ultra. And I think I mean, it was brutal weather.
We did a one that year, a year when it was pretty bad out there.
I think it's a great course.
It is. I like it.
I
She
liked
runs good
it.
races
The
too.
loops, yeah, that I'm excited to talk to her because she's run Kettle Moraine, but it was way before I think
Yeah.
she became the
Yeah.
director and everything. That's kind of cool.
I
I'm not
got a DNF twice there. I
at
was
Kettle.
actually signed. Yeah, I was signed up for the OMR Slam, her Slam, for this year. But I just DNF Kettle last month, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna defer those.
What happened?
It was mental.
Yeah,
That's a deceptively hard course.
I never ran it.
You
Our
know,
friend ran it, but
you look on paper and it's like 9,000 feet, so you're like, oh, that's not bad.
total?
Yeah, of elevation gain. You would think, oh, that's not bad at all. Well,
Is it point? What is the
it's
layout?
a first you do a 100K loop or like an out and back type thing, and then you go to a different 38-mile loop. So you have to go back to the start finish
Mhm.
at 100K. And
That's still far.
yeah, and she's the type of person that's like, oh, you can just drop down. So when you get there, it's like, oh, you can just stop. So, and then her other one would be Midwest States, which is up on the Ice Age Trail, but like Chiquamanon Falls, and then Hennepin. So I was signed up to do Hennepin again, only for this slam. So kind of happy I
Those are
didn't
the
get to do
three.
it.
And what? So give me the breakdown of the timing of those three. So it's like
So June is Kettle, then Midwest States is August, and then Hennepin is October. So you'd have a couple months between each one.
I am now. Now that we're talking, I am now trying to mentally say I should do Hennepin just to get it off my list
I
of
would do it as a
two
run walk.
DNS
I'd
and
do a
one
run.
DNF.
I'd do a run walk.
Yeah, it was. All right. I mean, it was so stupid. I made it to um like 37.
Oh, you didn't have much longer to
No,
go. You just didn't
no, it was a
didn't
big
feel
long
it.
story. It was 1000% mental, and I just regret it. So I'll tell you the quick version of it. So I trained, obviously. I was ready. And that morning in October, it was really kind of humid out, and I dressed wrong. It was stupid. I did all the wrong things. I had on the wrong jacket, and I had on the wrong pants, shorts, and I was listening to music. That was the first time ever in a
You
race
just
that I've ever
didn't.
listened to music, and I had headphones. And so I did everything wrong. Um, but dropped. And I was like, whatever. The following Saturday, and I have the pictures of my Strava and my Garmin. I was like, I'll just run 50 miles now around my house.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Did you go out ahead of time in Leadville and do any races? Like, did you do Silver Rush?
Nothing.
So I did Silver Rush.
And that's 50K?
50.
50.
50.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like now almost, right? Isn't it? It
It
was
was
just,
last
it was
weekend or
last
the
weekend.
weekend before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone's like, if you can finish Silver Rush, you can finish Leadville. I was like, nice. I did it in 12 and a half. So I was like really mentally
Yeah.
excited about it.
Do you run some of the same trail?
No. So I don't know why people say that.
Well, here's the other thing I heard people say. John Byrne, John DeDonker, because they did the lead challenge. They said that the marathon was the hardest part.
I've heard that too. I've
And I'm
heard the
like,
marathon is really hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how much harder can it be than the actual Leadville?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And I
100.
also think, I don't know how they bike that.
Neither do I. Well, they
Because,
don't do the same on the bike.
but they do
They
power
do
line.
power line, but they don't
Is
do
that about
all.
it?
I think
Do they
that's.
bike up or down?
I think they do both.
Oh, no way.
I know.
I
That's what
mean,
Vern said. That was the
so many
scariest.
ruts and
Yeah,
stuff.
I know.
And does he bike up it or do they walk it?
Most of the guys that aren't just like Leadville, the pros are running uphill, right? So the guys
Yeah.
that are finishing 15 hours, like
They
that
can
guy Dan
bike up
Roach,
it
they run up.
with their bike.
No, I'm saying
Oh,
for the
oh, gotcha, gotcha.
so
Yeah,
I'm assuming that the same thing is with the
yeah.
bike. Those guys get in like first gear and just churn it out.
That
Because it's
sounds
not, I mean, it is steep power line, but it's not as steep as some of the places on Hope. But
yeah.
I would assume you could probably, if you're that good,
I suppose if
you're
you're and
probably riding it.
if you're living out there and training in that, like, same thing. How do you train for a bike right here?
Apparently, there's a lot. Did you listen to Brandon Bart's on? I
Not
had him on.
not yet.
It's pretty good. He talked about that. We talked about the biking community
Mm-hmm.
here, road
The
biking
duo.
versus off-road
Yeah.
biking versus gravel bike. So I guess gravel bike is the new thing.
Yeah, it's a big thing now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a huge thing. So it's like a road bike with gravel tires, kind of like a
Okay.
hybrid. Probably going back to like he equated it to like the original like mountain bikes that
Oh
had
yeah.
straight handlebars versus road
Mm-hmm.
bars. But there are.
There's a lot of trails. Like,
Yep,
well, people bike at Illinois and
yep.
Dorrance. Do they bike at Dorrance?
I don't know that
Or
place.
that's in Port Byron.
Okay. There
Illinois
is a
next one.
trail that goes all the way up past Savannah and everything
Oh
on the
yeah.
bike.
Yep.
Um, but you're right. How do you train for a
Mm-hmm.
100 mile or a 50-mile bike in the mountains?
Yeah, I
The
was
only way is probably to go out
impressed with
there.
those guys that did the big lead the challenge.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. He said that was the scariest thing he did was ride down power line.
I bet it was a little scary. Like, I mean, I like to fly down that. That's fun. But
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
fun going
looking.
down.
Yeah. Bet.
But it wasn't so much fun going back up it. I remember that was the first time I used poles.
Okay.
And these were just like black diamond. Have you seen the poles now where they have like you wear a special glove
Yeah.
and it hooks on? And I don't know how to do that. I just
I
had the handles,
yeah. That's
and
what I
I'm
have.
like, and I remember Kyle was just like, look, he said, throw it as far as you can ahead of you
And have it
and
pull
hit it in
you.
the ground and pull yourself because I didn't even know how to hike
Yeah.
with the poles, and
Yeah.
that's what we
And
did.
isn't it a lot of you think you're almost to the top and then
Oh, the
it's like,
fall
false
summits.
summits. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not as bad as, and you'll probably remember because you've done it, the switchbacks on Hope Pass.
Yeah. That.
Those are just so mentally draining.
Yep. They are. And you get to a lot of openings where it's like, oh, this must be it, and it's not.
Yeah, it's not it. Even when you get to the hopeless aid station, you're like, oh,
Doesn't look
do I go
very
down
far.
from here?
Yeah.
No,
No.
just keep
It's,
going up.
yeah. And they say it like, oh, it's only 800 more meters. I'm like, oh, 2 laps around the track. That's not bad. No.
Yeah, when you're climbing
Yeah, it's not the same.
vertical and you're doing the switchbacks, to me, were the worst.
Yeah.
I remember, like you said, running downhill is fun,
Mhm.
but a lot can go wrong
Yeah. Well, and
when
you're
you're going
going
down.
on the quads,
And
and
your
you
feet,
need, yep.
your toes kicking
Because I
rocks.
think there's a lot of roots and stuff going down there, and all those big old rocks. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I talked about it with the Donker, I think, and Evan, how the cool part about an out and back, and same with the Bix. The out and back, you get to see
Yeah, you get to see people.
the people that are winning
Hmm.
coming right at you.
Yeah, I like
That
that.
was cool.
Yep, I like that. That is fun.
Speaking of Bix, are you doing the Bix?
No, there's too many people.
There's,
And I, in those types of races, I feel like you have to go fast. And I'm not a fast person.
yeah, it's a distance that I don't like. I hate 5Ks.
Yeah,
Like I would rather run 100 or
me
50
too.
or even a
Yes,
marathon than a
I
5K.
agree.
Like, and I mean, when I say run a 5K, I mean trained to run a
Yeah,
fast
because then you
5K.
gotta run hard and
Yeah, it is like that. But you know what? The
are
Bix,
you doing
I'm
it?
running it.
No
Yeah, and
way.
I'm actually doing the senior Bix tomorrow night. So they have
What's that?
it's for 50 years and older,
And
anyone.
it's the same distance?
No,
Oh.
totally different. So this is the race week now.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So we got a
So
lot of
you
things
got
going on.
Tuesday night. So with Michelle, they what they wanted to do was they wanted to have and honor the people that were originally had done all of them, right? So this is
Right.
51 years, and some of the people that are now in their 70s can't, they don't want to run the seven.
Yeah.
So then they created this senior
Oh,
Bix. It's
that's
two
cool.
miles,
Okay.
and so last year was the first year, and it was supposed to be downtown Davenport near the course,
Mm-hmm.
but it flooded
Mhm.
So they moved it to the casino, the Isle,
Okay.
down here in Bettendorf.
Yeah.
And I just looked at some pictures online. I think you start like, you know how there's that giant, I don't even know, it's like a canopy parking, like a parking lot that you can
Yeah.
see over the bridge, and it's like where, so it starts there, I believe. And I think you just do one out and one back.
Okay.
It's just 2 miles.
That's not bad.
So when you enter into the Bix, it's free if you're over 50.
Okay. Do you race it?
I don't know. We're gonna try, I think.
Have you ever done the hills, the sprint hills?
No,
No.
but this year, Austin Chesney,
Yeah.
he was gonna do it. And 2 weeks ago, they canceled it.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Why?
So because of the thunder or whatever,
Oh,
lightning.
yeah, yeah.
So he
Okay.
was there ready to do it.
Yep.
And so he ended up doing it himself and timed himself. And it was like, I think he did like a 1:15,
Oh my
which is
God.
still crazy because I
Yeah,
think
it's
the
400,
time
right? About.
it's 4:20 or 4:40, something like that. It's close enough. But he looked it up and he said for the open, which is 40 and over or whatever, 110 won it. And I was like, dude, you did 1:15. I'm like, you could definitely, and
Yeah.
you were by yourself.
Right.
But so now there's this little controversy because him and his wife had planned, they were going away the next, so they said you can't run it because of the lightning, but we're going to do it next week, which was just this past
Yep.
Thursday. And he's like, I can't make it. And they were like, no, too bad. You have to do it.
You have to be there
You have
to
to be there to
qualify.
qualify. So
Oh, that
I
sucks.
know it does
That's too
because I
bad.
was looking forward to seeing him do it.
Mhm.
I've never even wanted to do it. I'm not a fast
No, I would never want to do it.
runner, period. And fast uphill, no
Yeah,
thanks.
a guy I know, Donnie Montgomery, he does trail runs. You know Donnie at
I don't
all?
think so.
He's done it quite a bit, but he's not doing it this year.
Yeah, when I saw Phil Young
Oh,
lose, I was like, "There's no way I'm
no.
doing it." Because the other thing I was talking to Austin about, which it seems kind of unfair, and Michelle, if you're listening for next year, um, it's just 40 and over. Like it goes, the age
They have the age
groups,
groups, right?
but up, and then it's just
Then it's 40 and over
yeah,
instead
it's
of
not
40 to 50,
50.
50.
Yeah,
Well, that's tough for like a 50-some-year-old to run against 40-year-olds.
absolutely. Even for Austin, he's 47, I think. And if there's a 40-year-old guy,
Mhm.
I mean, I think they
Yeah,
maybe should start with maybe a 50 and over.
yeah. Think
Maybe I'll
about it.
get that in there for next year. But I feel like it's always fun to watch the high school kids, the
I
relay.
like to watch
It's pretty
that.
cool.
Yeah.
I've been down there and watched it a few times in person. It's really cool. But I don't have any desire to do
Mm-mm.
it. I know I'm going to do the Bix, and this year I'm already looking at the weather, and it's supposed to be hot again, and I'm
Oh,
like,
it always is.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's the part that sucks. I don't mind the hills, but the hot weather kills me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I don't want to take up all your day here,
Yeah.
and I know you got to go, but let me ask you this from you know, there are a few women that run with us every once in a while, and I think we make this assumption that it's like you know, there are people that are afraid to run with us
Mm.
because they think we're too fast or whatever.
Right.
And I'm like, in the ultra world, it's not like that, especially on the trails, right? So
Yeah.
like I'm just asking you from the woman's perspective, it's like, do you train alone or you run with a group
It,
or
it depends. During the week, I usually run alone, but on the weekend, I have some friends that I run with, like Travis and Tara and some people. And
yeah.
I like to run with people,
Mm-hmm.
but the running alone sometimes, like, I have a 21 miler this weekend, and I think mentally it can be good because, if you're doing an ultra, you have to run 50 to 60 alone before you can get your pace. So but I like to run with people. And even if, like, sometimes when we run in a big group, it might be like we get spread out
Yeah.
or like I'll catch you on that downhill or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And I
That
don't get intimidated by running with guys or anything, or, I'll just say, hey, if you gotta go, go.
yeah, right. Yeah, but I think that it has to be set ahead of time,
Yeah, it is.
right?
And I think in the ultra world, people are a little more friendly and don't worry about pacing, like at
Right.
7 pace. It's a long run day, and typically everybody that's running long is running slow just to get the miles in.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
So do you have any advice for someone that would be intimidated to join a group?
I would say just go for it. And one of the things that was me a lot. I didn't want to join a group because I thought, well, I'm slow, but most of the groups are going to hang back with you and teach you the ways. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think we definitely do a great job of that as our group, where someone's like lagging behind, someone will go join them.
Yeah.
And we always have a start and a finish and a time, like, or I mean, the distance, so
Hmm.
you know, and there's always somebody that's going to run, either faster or slower, depending on what they're training for. Like,
Right.
we're right now, we haven't really run as a group because Austin and Kurt are trying to run a fast pix, and I'm like, no, I'm not.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they're running,
Different.
sevens, sub
Yeah.
sevens for their training, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. And they're
No.
running 14, 15 miles like that, and I'm like,
No.
I don't have any desire to try to run that fast anymore. So I ran this weekend with Chris Brooks and Andy, and again, we were going to do 12, and it was so hot, and we took breaks, and we walked up the hill. I'm like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
There's more time on feet.
That's kind of what we do. Like, because I mean, when I run with the group, most of us are at totally different paces, but like a Saturday run, we're just trying to get that time on feet. And I'm like, hey, I'm walking. Okay, we'll walk and we'll stop at a gas station for pop or something,
Yeah,
just for fun and
yeah,
to be
yeah,
able to talk to people.
yeah. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's totally changed my running mentality to be a little bit more relaxed. It's definitely laid back versus
Yeah,
hit paces, hit this distance for marathon training
yeah,
or
yeah.
speed. Um, all right, one last thing on the Iditarod stuff. What's the website that you found
Iditarod.com.
that's it?
And yeah, and then there's like an education tab, and you'll be overwhelmed with the amount of stuff in the education department. We do have a TikTok. That's the one we do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you coming
Yeah,
over and
thank
doing
you. This
this.
was fun.
Yeah, I'll
Get
wait, who
Andy
did
on here.
yeah,
We gotta give
I
Andy Besser
know.
a shout out.
I know. He would have a lot to talk about. He's been the best crew support pacer in the Quad
Well,
City.
that would be a great podcast because it's nice to be able to get information out there about people if they've never crewed
Yeah,
before or have never
I
paced
agree.
before. Like that's like good information, and to
Yeah,
have a solid crew is really. I mean, that's the only reason you finish sometimes.
100%. You're right.
Yeah,
So tell him, Andy, you
Andy,
got to do it.
get on here.
Thank you.
Thanks.